in Nigeria, and this is close to the same number of poultry meat. And for us to be able to turn this tide around and make it an economy, we probably need to be investing in large-scale broiler farms and hatcheries in Benue. Benue is well positioned for that, because in the north central here, it will interest you that we get day-old chicks from as far as Ibadan. That has to stop. Investors, there is an opportunity for you here to come and take advantage of a huge market around this need. Development of egg powder processing for baking. The pastry industry is well and healthy and growing. And one of the byproducts of our raw eggs is powdered eggs. And so we probably need to be investing in that to be able to also capture the pastry industry. Establishing poultry feed mills using maize and soybeans. Benue is a fertile land. We're the leading producer of soybeans. We're also a major producer of maize. And so when we talk about livestock, please don't forget, feed is one of the key things that goes into that. Next slide, please. Goats and sheep meat production. That market size for that is $8.5 billion. Nigeria, our demand for this is 401,000 metric tons. And there's still a shortfall around this. And what we need to probably do around this is to scale up our goat and sheep breeding farms. From the small, informal outgrowers, organize them into clustered farming so that we can collate, aggregate, and feed them into processing facilities. We can do certification programs for our abattoirs to be halal compliant. And we can also expand processed meat packaging and distribution. So these are investment opportunities in this regard. Then pig farming, next slide. Pig farming and pork processing globally. The global trade value of this as of 2024 is $256 billion. Nigeria's demand for this is huge. I tell you, in Benue alone, we are importing over 9,000 pigs on a monthly basis. It means if you're an investor in piggery in Benue State, your primary mandate will first be to upturn that trade deficit and make sure that you supply Benue 9,000 pigs on a monthly basis. That will create a huge economy and provide profit for the investors. Next slide, please. Fish farming and aquaculture, whether you think of tilapia or catfish. I have experience in Abuja firsthand, where people come all the way from Katsina Ala, Taraba State to go to Abuja and buy fresh fish, catfish and tilapia fish. That's because the demand is far more outweighs the supply. But we're talking about a commodity which global market value is $322 billion. We are outputting only 1.1 million metric tons of fish in Nigeria. Meanwhile, our demand is 2.5 million metric tons. That leaves us with a deficit of 1.4. That's exactly where your money is if you're an investor. So come to Benue. We've got two rivers, two major rivers. We can turn those two rivers to provide water for you for fisheries. As I speak with you, there's a fish farm on ground that has 24 earthen ponds. Major fish farm that also have hatchery that is available for the investor to take over. If you're interested in that, please see us immediately. We leave here. Leather, next slide. Leather hides processing. Leather and hides processing. It's an interesting thing what we do to raw materials in Nigeria. We waste that. I did a program on BBC the other day and told us why we should stop eating pomo. And people were calling me and asking me if I was a joker. They were asking how pomo is very sweet. Look, the economy of Italy is built on hides and skin. The shoes you wear, the belts you wear, the Gucci bags you carry are all products of hide, animal hides and skin. Now, if you eat pomo, you are eating away your wealth. So I think the governor will leave here today and create a policy of banning pomo consumption in our restaurants and homes. Because we're staring at a commodity whose market value, global market value, is $498 billion. How much of that do we want to take? Because it will shock you that the $240 million we derive from hides exports is derived from raw hides. We don't process. But we turn around and import leather products worth over $500 million. That's a trade deficit. Who is cheated? Nigeria is being cheated. So investors, this is a huge opportunity. We need to go shopping, in Italy, so that we'll get their best practices, get them to come and set up their processing facilities here and tanneries here, so that we can turn our hides and skin into finished products. Animal feeds and fodder production. This is a big space. And I think this is where Benue has the biggest comparative advantage. Why? Because we have over 34,000 square kilometers of land that is arable. And so we can cultivate the raw material that animals need to be fed with. Whether it is rose grass, it is alfalfa, it is soybeans or maize to compound feeds for our animals. And so we have investment opportunities here for this. The federal government of Nigeria has already set a target of outputting 50 metric tons of animal feeds in the shortest possible time. Because we're currently doing 15 metric tons. The differential of 35 million metric tons means that there is an investment opportunity for profitability. Come to Benue and cultivate your animal feeds. Next slide. Veterinary services and animal health. So don't forget that animals are living things and they need to be maintained, they need to be cared for. The people who do this are veterinary doctors and animal scientists. There's a gross shortage of these people. That has resulted in animal mortality of up to 30%. It makes it difficult for our smallholder farmers in livestock to be profitable in this regard. But we're dealing with an opportunity, I'm done. We're dealing with an opportunity that is $110 billion in value. So this is a space that the big corporations and the big investors can come in and invest. And I'm going to end with the next slide by asking, why should we invest in Benue? In case you do not know, Benue has over 34,000 square kilometers of arable land. It is healthy for rearing animals, and this land is also suitable for cropping animal feeds. Benue has a population of 6.7 million inhabitants. That easily provides for solid workforce, and it provides a viable market, primary market, for all your products when you venture. And Benue has a healthy GDP of 4.27 trillion naira, meaning that bring in your money, the state is able to carry it. Now, what other things can you consider? The governor of Benue State, His Excellency Governor Hyacin Yomamalia, in his wisdom, has been able to lead and go ahead. He's the first governor of the state to ensure that he's not playing lip service, but to create the law that enables ease of doing business. That's the Benipa Act 2023. He also became the first governor that created an agency that actively drives the promotion of investment in the state, Benipa, and that's the agency I lead. Your Excellency, thank you for finding me worthy to be the pioneer ES of Benipa. Benue is competitive. Policies have been established in place. His Excellency is going to be launching them very soon. There is a PPP framework. There is a disclosure framework. There is a fiscal commitment and contingent liability framework that give investors confidence. He's one of the few governors in Nigeria that has gone ahead to create these policies. They'll be launched. They are there in the public domain to give investors confidence that Benue is open for business. Now, if you come to Benue, you would be happy that your money is going to not only double but quadruple and give you profits that you cannot find anywhere. Thank you.